Shalom, Shalom, Shabbat Adonai. Shema Israel, Adonai, Eloheinu, Adonai, Ehad. This segment here is called the 10 Utterances of God, and I would like to compare the 10 Utterances of God with the 10 Commandments. They are identical. It's what wisdom has shown me. It says, and God said, let there be light. The interesting thought about this verse is that 10 things was made before God said, let there be light. God used the number 10 many times in the Bible to let the Hebrews know that they are the 10th being. The 10 toes, the 10 plagues, 10 fingers on our bodies, the 7 holes in our body, the 7 holes in our head plus the other holes in our body equals 10. Everything goes back to 10. So I would like to read you the 10 utterances of God. When God said, let there be light. And the light of the world is God himself. So when God said, let there be light, the light of the world is the Most High. Why mean to ponder this thought until your brain makes fire lines into your mind, or sparks, or hidden sparks? These things are wonderful when you start thinking out of the box, when you start seeing into the sublime. And God said, let there be light. Is the light of men, which he had hidden and yet revealed. This is a physical light and a spiritual light, or a dual functionality of him that is revealed. Some things to us is limited understanding. As far as darkness, darkness is unbelieved. This is the loving way how God chooses to show us how we may understand him. God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters. The waters are people in the spiritual. Water is life. 7% of us is water anyway. And all we know is how to use water. But the water is for earth, spiritually, and the separation of God's people, which are the Hebrews, and the lower, which are Gentiles. The upper is the nation of Israel. And that's why God separated the firmaments, to show the difference, the distinction between God's chosen and the Gentiles, that God is, that desire to live the way that his chosen people are. So that's what the separation of the firmament, when God said let there be a separation between the firmament, it has a duality. That means in the beginning when God created these things, and in the spiritual when God created them, as far as in the natural, how we live on a daily basis. This is the number 24 we'll recover in the Old and the New Testament. In other words, the 12 tribes of Israel and the 12 disciples are the New Testament. And the upper and the lower is the unbeliever. And then God said, let the earth and the sea divide the plant life. The earth is a woman equal to a provider whom gives the labor. And the sky is a man. The sea is the ground, means that the seed of life, what it does is it continues the life. And God said, let the earth bring forth green grass. God carpeted the earth with green grass, fruits, and food for man. And God said, let the sun and the moon be appointed light holders. Spiritually, we are the moon, and God is the sun. We which are the moon do not have a light, but we are the light of a reflection of the light, which comes from the sun. And the physical, we learn and understand what the sun and the moon means to us. Sometimes the sun and the moon and be the mother and the father. And God said, let the water bring forth abundance and moving creatures. Spiritually, Don't allow your personality to become as a fish, which is bigger fish that eat the smaller fishes. We are to love everyone. We should understand we are not fishes, but we are the image of God. We should wonder who we are and why we are here and why we should seek God and seek His laws. And we should dwell in Him. It is the higher thoughts to look on. We should desire to have the same desires as Gentiles in the 20th century. They had a great achievement, which is called the Renaissance, because they believed in God and they trusted in His laws. And then God said, let the earth bring forth living creatures after His kind. It means you cannot have sex with animals and have man and have animal and have sex with the same sex, or any of that such kind, or have sex changes like they do in certain places in Washington, D.C., and say that that person is dead. Which a woman is for the man and the man is for the woman. And God said, be fruitful and multiply. You cannot be fruitful and multiply with the same seed. Hello? A man cannot be fruitful with another man. And a woman cannot be fruitful with another man. You are out of the plan and out of the will of God. You don't love God's laws if you're taking up this thing where you want to have sex and do what you want to do. You keep that spirit up, you'll be left behind. You'll be on your way to the lake of fire, I assure you. You don't want to keep God's law, said be fruitful and multiply. Need I say more? Oh, I have to say something on that word. First, God does not need any help doing anything. God stretched forth the world by Himself. And who is like unto our God? Man? I don't think so. He's in the image of God, but God have not given man the opportunity to create, except to create things with His hands, but not create idols with your hand and to bow down and worship them. When God made man manifested, He made him in His image, and the contrast is that we should understand that we shall follow after His teaching and after His laws, after His precepts and concepts of life, not our own. We should realize that it was God who breathed the breath of life into us. When He breathed the breath of life into us, it's the same breath of life He breathed into the disciples when He filled them with the Holy Ghost. It was His breath. It's His breath that keep us alive. It is His breath that keep us going. It is His breath that keep us every day. And God said, behold, I have given you every green herb. The contrast is that thou shalt not bear false witness. And God said, it is not good that man should be alone. Thou shalt not covet another man's wife. These are the similarities than when God said the first 10 utterances in the 10 commandments in the Bible. Okay.